Right, so continuing off where we had last resumed, we're left off, we're paused, we're saved, or otherwise we're back, and well, now that we've accumulated quite a large amount of capital, I think it is time to invade a very weakened port, pick up a new ship off of the US government's dime, I guess, and in addition to that, now that we have a large oh hey, another one of these light carriers. Oh, what? Huh. It's really weird, these light carriers, they don't actually carry airplanes. At least according to the game, I guess. That's kind of weird, but yeah. So hello viewers and welcome back. And well, as I've just kind of summed up in the last episode, I mean, we have amassed quite a bit of cash, and we also seem to have invoked that random event once again that grants us one free ship. And then they play it off as it being some sort of captured enemy ship, so it's kind of cool. And I guess all we have to do is to just dock up at a port to receive these new items. So I think we'll just invade this island. I mean, from the looks of it, it was really low on supply, and I think beforehand there were like 4 ship defenders, and it being low, I want to say it being low on supply reduces that to 1 ship for whatever reason. But anyhow, I guess we'll just finish off this light carrier, which doesn't actually function as a light carrier, and we'll just finish things off just like that. Get that nice array of American flags, of freedom flags. Gotta say though, those light carriers seem to take quite a few shots to destroy. So I guess they function as meat bags just for shooting. I guess that's kind of weird, but all right. Really surprised though that they don't carry ships on top or planes on top of them. Huh. So now that we have some cash, we could actually buy a carrier with the 20-some million war bonds that we have here. Well, I guess we didn't get it, well, we're not getting a new ship this time. Instead, we're getting another 1 million war bonds to spend. So that's good. And, well, let's see. So now, right now, I guess we could buy a Casablanca class escort carrier with 2 torpedo bombers and 2 fighters. That would be kind of cool. The Independence class here seems to be really geared towards having a lot of fighters, and I'm not really sure if those actually function as fighter bombers. So with that said, I'm under the impression that they won't carry any sort of like, you know, anti-ship payload, so I don't think it'd be worth buying that one. From the looks of it, the only one that's really worth buying here, I mean, yeah, these two, the Independence and the Illustrious, seem to be more geared towards anti-carrier than, you know, or, you know, anti-plane duty than anything. And, yeah, the Yorktown class, oh, actually, we can indeed import the York class. I didn't notice that before. I thought it was, it scales up, so I thought it was another 26 million class carrier, but that is very intriguing. Could buy the Yorktown. Ark Royal is also a consideration. So this one has 6 torpedo bombers. I think torpedo bombers do more damage than, say, the dive bombers here. So Douglas SBDs versus Douglas TBDs, I guess. For now, this one has Fairy Swordfish torpedo bombers. Yeah, but the Ark Royal here is a little out of our price range. Slightly slower too, and it has more like secondary guns, which I'm not really sure is all too big of a deal though. So at least, I mean, it's nice to know that that's an option. We could also go for a heavy cruiser, the Biltmore. Everything above it seems to be the some seems to be battle cruisers and things above. Not really sure. Let's see. Essex class carries the same ground as the Yorktown. You know what? I'll just buy the Yorktown. I want to see how this aircraft carrier plays out. So we'll purchase that. We'll leave port, and once we arrive at the now we got a lovely aircraft carrier as our flagship. So that is quite lovely. And I guess continuing off. Oh.
Knows that he will have to break us in this island or lose the war. If we can stand up to him, all Europe may be free, and the life of the world may move sunlit uplands. But if we fail, then the whole world, including the United States, including all that we have known and cared for, will sink into the abyss of a new dark age, made more sinister than I have ever.
Okay, so we get another one of those neat speeches, I guess. But the main thing is that I really want to see how these fighters and bombers go. So, ooh, yeah, they changed a few things since the since the beta. So I'm really looking to see how these planes function and all. So let's see. It's named the USS Enterprise, apparently, so that's also kind of neat. Not really getting what they're doing with this setup where it's like I can select multiple ships and I can launch him like this, because they seem to cancel out immediately after I deselect the actual carrier weapon. Not part of our fleet. I don't really care if it's not part of our fleet. I just want to attack it with my dive bombers. I see they're already fully launched now. So yeah, all ships will have their AA guns and stuff and such like that working. I think destroyers carry a bit more than other ships. Dive bombers will drop their payloads into the water, of course. And I guess that'll be that. So now we get some long-range power projection, provided that we can, of course, keep the carrier alive. And, ooh, we got some more salvaged parts. So, yeah, that's definitely really neat. Guess going forwards, we'll pick off one more of these supply ship fleets just as is. And we'll see what else we can do here. So, what I think I'll do is that I'll just let the ships do their own thing for this battle. The thing about using these aircraft carriers is that I'm under the impression that the bombers aren't so great against going up against, targets in mass, of course. So with that said, I want to keep them away from the merchant navy fleet over there, cargo ships. I guess they'll the carrier itself will pick out targets smartly, and the bombers even divert after their primary target or has been hit to a secondary one, so that's kind of cool. The main thing that I'm afraid of is these cargo ships having a substantive amount of guns on them. Evidently not, though, so at least that's kind of a good thing. And I guess going forwards from there, we'll just get our guys to hopefully finish off these oil tankers and stuff. Yeah, unfortunately the dive bombers don't seem to be too effective at sinking, or, too accurate is the main thing. Which, does make sense on one level, but, going up against these individual ships, they won't necessarily have too many AA batteries on top of them. So, in my opinion, maybe there should be something going along with that, with the accuracy of dive bombers versus the amount of, defending turrets or with, I guess, ships around. But I guess that works, and in the meantime, for whatever reason, the island chain over here is down to one ship, so, and it's a submarine. So we'll start off another fight here, and I guess we'll get our ships to do their own thing for this battle. And, we can attack the submarine with our aircraft carrier, evidently. So I want to see how that goes here. I think we have to be inside the free camera panel here to see the aircraft do their thing. Or perhaps that aircraft, rather that submarine's just on the surface. But anyhow, I'm really liking these carriers. They seem to be quite effective in all roles. So that'll be yet another easy port taken. We'll dock up here, and I'm going to visit the HQ, check out the spare parts that we've been given. We received 500,000 in war bonds, so that is another victory in my books, and I guess we'll continue going forwards from there. The main thing is that I'm under the impression that if we weaken the nearby islands near one of our major objectives, like for example this island right here, I want to say that it weakens the main island itself, making it of course easier for us to come on in and capture that. But I'm not terribly sure of that, and I don't necessarily want to run my fleet into the gauntlet here. So you know what? I think we'll try out this this actually strategically important island, and we'll drive our fleet of 9 ships in here. So this should be an even fight, assuming all of these are, of course, comparable ships. But we'll see what happens. In my opinion, this aircraft carrier is actually a bit, I'd say, overpowered in some regards. And oh yikes, they have their own carrier here, all with. This is actually one really strong fleet. It's got battleships and heavy carriers and stuff like that. So that seems, to say the least, pretty tough to handle. I wonder what we can do to get over that. Perhaps we can pick off a few more of the supply ships that goes towards that port or something along those lines to weaken it. But you never know. So I guess we'll come over here and attack this port, grab some more cash, and just see what we can do about stocking up some money, I guess. USS Enterprise. It's a real famous ship during the war and all. See how that bomber swarm does. Yeah, it's almost just a freebie pretty much. At the start of each battle, chances are is that from the looks of it, you'll pick off one ship for sure, just going off the fighter bombers and all there. So it's kind of neat. I think I'll have to get the Destroyer here to retreat, seeing as how it was the Vanguard ship all by its lonesome for quite a while there. Got another nice volley off on the heavy carrier, dropped it down to half health just like that. We're gonna lose one of those destroyers, but it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I guess technically if we really wanted to play it safe, we could just hold back and let the aircraft clear things out for us. That would definitely save up on some losses there for sure. It'd be a slower, but it'd be kind of a gamey way to, you know, play through. Well, not necessarily gamey, I guess. I mean, if you had the opportunity to not risk any ships, you'd do it too. But it'd be kind of a boring way to play through the game. Anyhow, I mean, that is yet another port mission blitz. We have captured Guam. And let's see whether or not anything has happened on the island port here. They're losing some supply, so I guess that helps us out in some regard. I'm gonna see whether or not we can take another one of those port attack, or not port attack, but convoy attack missions, and I'll see whether or not we can grab a nice sum of ships once again. From the looks of it, we got a special mission this time, sink the Arkawa, last seen near the Pelelu Islands. I guess this is another, or some sort of a battleship sinking mission or something like that, where we had to, I guess, pick off a very important ship. So we'll see what we can do about this, and we'll see how much cash it brings here. Because going off of that fleet sitting in that port, the strategically important port over there, it's going to take us some time before we can build up a fleet to muck around in that arena. Hopefully not. Oh, no, this is actually just a cruiser, so this should be quite an easy mission. Right, so we'll bank straight in here. Engage these ships. It's already pre-damaged for us, so that's not too bad. AKA, we should be able to just launch the fighter bombers, and they should handle it. Technically, I guess we don't really launch any fighters at all, but nonetheless, those ships should be dead in just a moment here. First swarm of ships are away. Hopefully, they finish off that destroyer on the first few shots, or maybe not. Would have been nice though, getting all of the trailing bombers to go to the cruiser instead. But either way, that's one ship dead. Ooh, we're actually having some trouble over here. Got lucky there. Man, that aircraft carrier is just so handy. Right, so that's a nice, lovely amount of cash. And I think that that battle made mention of some sort of a secret reward or some sort of an espionage reward for doing that task. So hopefully that'll be need to check out once we're back in port. Currently though, convoy attack time. And unfortunately our oh no, the US is in right, never mind, just in time. I was gonna say it was rather unfortunate that the USS Enterprise spawned so close to that cruiser, but luckily I guess the very last torpedo bomber managed to sink it with a nice volley of 3. So at least that's well, I guess that's pretty good. And that finishes off one thing just nicely like that. Really loving the USS Enterprise here. Nope, those dive bombers are just absolutely terrible. Yeah, next time we're gonna go with the one that has like the most torpedo bombers on it. And oh, that'll be another battle, so I guess we'll do this once again. Really not getting the game protocol here. I mean, already these German ships have just witnessed their allies being blown to smithereens by the power of airplanes, and yet they still come at us like this. Oh, it's another Zersteuer class ship as well. It's kind of neat. Ooh, really hope that our torpedoes hit them. Had hit them. They'd hit us, but that's fine. There's another small fleet down, and I think it is time to go back to port. So let's see what that nice, lovely reward is back in the Palau Islands, and afterwards we'll see what else we can do here. So, got our nice, lovely little fleet here. We'll pull this back into port. Hopefully it'll be some sort of a major payoff, and as soon as we get, I don't know, maybe another carrier or perhaps a few cruisers, I think we'll be able to take out that one of those strategical locations there. Let's see. Excellent work, Vice Admiral. The covert intelligence you have uncovered proved invaluable to the war effort. So here you go. Have some scrap change. So a tad less than I had originally wanted. So now, I mean, we have 14 million ore bonds. It's not too much, though. I mean, oh, we could buy the Casablanca, I guess. It's not really that good, though. Independence isn't too much better, though, mind us. So with that said, let's see. Yeah, the Ark Royal here probably is the one that we should have bought with the 6 torpedo bombers. That would have been a major swarm of very, very powerful planes, to say the least. So, yeah, that's still a kind of a ways off. You know what? I think I'll redock in the port. I'll see whether or not we can... Yes, we can. We can grab another mission, another convoy attack, and we'll do this once more. See whether or not we can perhaps grab some more cash. And I'm sorry guys if this is like a tad repetitive, but I guess this is the only way to really, you know, get into those bigger battles without completely, well, risking your fleet's fate in one of those encounters, right? So we'll see what we can do here. Once we have the second carrier, I think we'll be fine, quite honestly, going up against those ships, just going off the fact that we've been able to pick off one of them at one time. This isn't even worth mentioning, it's just a supply ship fleet of 5 ships. It's barely anything. Could have found this on our own. So yeah, I don't think this will be too profitable. But you never know, it might be. Oh, there we go, bombers away. Pew. Pew. And there you go. Man, that carrier makes such easy work of the opposition. And in moments, the other ships should be gone too. There we go. Gonna wait until they arrive like this. Pew. And not a single dive bomber hit. That is the depressing part. I don't know, maybe the dive bombers are just really fast. That might just be because they get launched first, though. Yeah, but I'm really liking the fact that it's just a continuous swarm of ships, and as soon as we get more carriers, that just adds to the big ball of stuff there. And would you look at that, we get promoted to captain, and I believe that is the, not captain, what am I saying, to admiral, and I believe that's the final rank that, that you can get there. So I mean, that's that. We have an admirable 17 million war bonds now. Still, just not enough. That's an easy target. Nice cruiser. Already pre-wounded too, so this will be just a quick enterprise bombing mission. Oh, didn't mean to take control of it. It can do its own thing. And that ship just surrenders to us, so that's pretty good. It should be at least another million. Yep. Right around there. Man, I'd really like to go for those major islands, but still, I'm really conflicted on the fact that I don't think we'd be able to win it with, I think, the 5 heavy cruisers that they had, the 1 carrier and the 1 battleship that they had protecting that port. I mean, I guess we could risk it, but still, that would seem to be, that would appear to be a very, very compromising battle. I mean, one way to approach the game, you know, we might, it'd be kind of experimental and kind of gamey, but we might be able to just buy a mob of, like, torpedo boats and send them out. I mean, in theory, they'd be really cheap to salvage. At the same time, most ships can't hit them. And in addition to that, I mean, they have pretty long-firing torpedoes going off of, the new torpedo balancing, I would imagine. Because, I mean, they're all just Omni, or what I would think to be Omni-type torpedoes. I don't know, it'd be kind of gamey and be kind of weird to win the major battles in the game like that with just, like, you know, wave torpedo boats, but yeah, that's definitely a doable thing. Huh, and I mean, you could, in theory, just go one step further, and instead of having anything even remotely major inside your fleet, maybe you could just have like carriers and torpedo boats. It'd be the oddest fleet composition in real life, but it might work in the game, which would be definitely something. Let's see though. Right, so the bombers are out once again. Can't jump the camera to your enemy ships. I forgot how to do that. Sorry, folks. But anyhow, as soon as the planes arrive, they should be able to just knock off that carrier quite easily. Where did the planes go? Oh, it says all of the bombers are launched and all, but we are not seeing them. Ooh, we're gonna take a few hits there. Oh, now the bombers arrive. Maybe they just missed on the first run and they went back before we had a chance to look at them or something like that. And there we go, finished another port attack mission, so we'll dock up here. Visit the HQ, managed to grab another spare parts load, so I'd imagine it's just slightly more cash. And I think we'll just, we'll try to do one more grindy bit for another sum. And then we'll buy that major carrier, or yeah, second carrier. And there, we'll go grab another convoy attack mission because these things seem to pay pretty well. Unfortunately, this one seems to be 100 kilometers south. Ooh, some Italian ships too. Didn't know that they had a fleet this far away. Or at all. Just kidding. No, but seriously, I'd imagine that their ships are quite bad. Going off of the tanks that they had and all the other things that the Italian military had during World War II was quite pathetic. They had these, like, I'm not big on naval encounters and all, but their light tanks, you could in theory knock them out with a well-placed machine gun, because the armor on the back of the turrets, which should be like a decently armored portion of the tank, it was so light that you could go through it with, I think, either a 50 if not 30 caliber machine gun. So yeah, I mean, granted, you'd have to be fairly close to the vehicle, but I mean, if you could ambush like a column of them, I guess you could just, you know, buzz them off with your machine gun. And they were 2 if not 3 people vehicles, I want to say, so I mean, as soon as you knock out the guy in the turret, it'd be really difficult to, you know, pull his body out and put a new guy inside. And there we go. Ooh. Oh, hey. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I see. The cargo ship fleet doesn't actually fight enemies. That kind of sucks. Yeah, once the cargo ship meets up with any enemy ships, it just disappears. It doesn't actually give you the chance to, like, intercept a fight like it does here. So I guess we technically failed that mission. Huh. Oh well. I guess we'll just end the episode here. I think I'll just grind for the other 4 million some cash that we need for that carrier on my own time, and once we have that, I think I'll just, well, get back to you guys, really. So yeah, see you guys in a bit, I guess. Bye-bye for now.